Yes, my Between the Liners, welcome back to the show. Before I start, like the video now, subscribe now, share the video right now. I don't want to have to keep mentioning it. I'm going to start with the podcast today. Everyone's got transfer fever. Transfer window's still open. We're currently watching the Manchester City v Newcastle game. Newcastle currently 2-0 v City. Big shout out to my guests today. I'm going to introduce him quickly before I introduce the show. To my far left, we got Fenerbahce's finest, Turkey's finest, just made his 11-a-side competitive debut again for the first time in 10 years the other day. Probably kept a clean sheet. It's Tunjay.
Yo.
What are you saying? Next to Tunjay, we got Drip's finest, wears better clothes than Saib, got better trainers than Saib. Where is Saib? We got football's five-a-side's finest. It's Ryan.
Yes.
To my close left, the best footballer in the room bar me. Every time he goes to Old Trafford, they lose the game. The same as me. Supports United. Shout out Haroon.
Yo.
To my close right, you already know what foot he is. You already know what side he plays on. You already know his brother's up and coming. District football already. Soon to be pro. Project Mbap. Shout out Dr. Dom.
Safe, man.
Let's crack on with the podcast. Today is transfer related. It's a two-part show actually. We're gonna do one part first. The first part is top 10 worst ever transfers in the Premier League history. Let us know in the comments what you guys think after we're done. But we're gonna start with our top 10. We're gonna go around the table saying everyone's choice for each ranking, and then we're gonna come to a consensus and decide which one is for that position or in that ranking. 10th place, 10th place, I'm going to start with my far left. Tunjay, I'm going to come to you in your notepad. Who is your 10th worst Premier League signing in history?
So I have, at the moment, and he's number 10. You could go higher to be fair, but I have him at number 10. Harry Maguire at the moment.
No, it's a big shout.
Leicester to Man United.
It's a big shout, man.
By the way,
number 10 at the moment, but it could be higher.
Yeah, there's three United fans here today, 2 Arsenal fans. Tunjay's gone straight for the killer blow. Harry Maguire, number 10. We're going to move on to Ryan. What do you think?
About that shout.
Well, what does everyone think about that shout?
I think it's a solid shout.
It's probably up there.
I think it's too low.
The thing is, because he's still playing, he might turn him up. Maybe.
I haven't tried it now already.
I don't think he will, but maybe he could.
Do you
so
think?
I gave him the benefit of that slightly, so I put him at number 10.
I understand why you've done that, but I can think of 10 players that are worse. I can think of 10 players that are worse, definitely.
Yeah.
But for the money that we're talking about,
Yeah, I think the money comes into play,
definitely
innit?
top
Yeah.
10, definitely top 10.
United fans, what do you think?
I had him in my list as well.
Serious?
Bro,
Wow.
I think that says it all, no?
All right, we're going to move on to Ryan. What do you think, Ryan? Sorry, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is Veron to Chelsea.
Mm.
Because I remember when we had him, and he disappointed at us.
Yeah.
But he was better for us than he was them.
Marginally.
Yeah.
You could even say that he could be the 10th choice to come to United. The signing to United could be 10th. Possibly.
Yeah,
for like the price tag at the time. We'll move on to... Or anyone got anything to say about that?
To be fair with Veron, in the Premier League, he didn't really produce.
Yeah.
But I thought in Champions League games, I thought he
he turned up.
He
Yeah.
turned up.
Yeah.
So it was good for us in the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Harouni, we'll move on to you. Who's your 10th
I
choice?
had Kepa. It's Chelsea.
That's a big shout, you know.
I have him higher as well.
I'd have him higher as well, you
I don't
know.
even have him to be
Don't
honest.
even
It's a
have
good
it. Yeah, it's a good shout.
72 mil. Rubbish.
Telling managers he's not coming off the pitch.
You're right.
All right, I'm going to go with my 10th choice. I'm going to put Pepe in there for 72 mil. I think it's up there within the top 10.
He's in my list as
It's
well.
probably in the
So
top 10 somewhere, innit? Yeah.
I'll
I
shift
agree.
him. Shift him. I agree with that.
Dom, what do you think?
My one is a throwback.
Yeah.
I remember when you guys had Park Ji-sung, and we thought we could do something better with Park Chu-young. You guys remember this guy? Yeah, he's number 10 for me because he was just...
How much was he?
awful. I think he was like 12 million or something like that. But he was god awful because when I look at Arsenal, we did a lot of bargain buys. A lot of them came off, a lot of them didn't.
I think with that signing, it was a marketing buy.
It was a marketing buy. We
So,
definitely sold a
yeah.
lot of shirts in Asia because of it. But
Classic marketing.
I'm not on it at all.
All right, so I think we're going to have to come to a general consensus for 10th out of the choices we've come up with. Does Maguire, is too early for him? Is it too low to have him 10th?
He's higher for me, innit? That's all.
No, I'd keep him 10th. I'd keep him 10th because we got some howlers coming up, I'm sure, man. We got some.
Yeah, I'm okay. As long as he's in the list, I'm alright. So I'll accept it.
Exactly.
I had him 9.
Like he said, he could redeem himself,
Yeah.
or he could find his way higher up the list later on.
Yeah.
So,
All right, we'll give Maguire 10th for now, yeah? So 10th position is Harry Maguire, made it into the list quite early for top 10 worst transfers of all time. You're our captain right now. This is how we're discussing you. We're going to move on to 9th place. I'll start on my right this time. Dom, who is your 9th worst transfer in the Premier League history of all time?
Just want to remind people before I say the name. This guy was the first guy on FIFA to be rated 99.
Wow.
Shevchenko.
How much was he? 50 mil maybe?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, at the time.
Something like that.
Worst transfers of
Shevchenko.
all time?
Man, this guy stunk up the pitch.
Yeah.
39.5 mil.
39.5.
Yeah, 39.5.
Stunk up the pitch, man. I'm sorry.
Who's worse, Torres or Shevchenko in the
Don't worry,
signings?
Torres is coming up later for me.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But Shevchenko was slightly better than Torres, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, when he came to Chelsea.
You know what? It's up there. Definitely up there for one of the worst signings. I'm going to go with my 9th place. I had Andy Carroll to Liverpool for 35 mil.
That's a shame, man. It's a shame because he did so well at Newcastle. But yeah, when
You-
he went to Newcastle,
yeah.
Liverpool, he couldn't hack it.
It's
Man.
just like the system didn't really set up for him, innit? But he has potential. Like, I swear. He's a good player,
I
man.
thought it was a really
Yeah.
good.
He's all right, man.
buy
He's a
at
good
the time,
player.
innit?
but you
Yeah.
know them man that are suited for lower down.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Benteke,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hustle and bustle, innit?
Yeah.
Benteke, we got to mention Benteke probably later in this. I'll move on to Haroon. Who's your 9th
I
place?
had Maguire 9th.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Similar reason he's still got time to improve, but I can't see it happening.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go on to Ryan.
I had Mustafi, man.
Ooh,
That's a shout.
that's a
I didn't
shout, you know.
even have him.
I didn't have him.
How much was Mustafi though?
30 odd.
World Cup winner as well.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the
Saying
hype
that.
that he came with.
Yeah, no,
Like,
Yeah.
there was a lot around it.
I was on the hype too. I'm
Nah,
not
he's
even
a
gonna lie.
definite- He's a definite.
Brother, Arsenal fans gassed him
Yeah,
up, bro.
I gassed him as well. I'm
Even
not gonna
I
lie.
was like, watching him in Spain, I was like,
Yeah.
that's a good player.
Yeah,
watching him for
yeah,
Germany, that's a good player.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you
Premier
know,
League
Yeah.
exposed, man.
it does that to a lot of people.
It does that
man.
to a lot of people. I'm not
All
gonna
right,
lie.
we move it on to Tunje, who's your 9th worst signing.
I've got a bit of a random one, but comes to my mind a lot. Darren Bent from Charlton to Spurs.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
22 mil.
Yeah.
But I swear he was alright though. He still scored a
He was
few.
alright,
He was
but
decent. Not for Spurs.
not
though,
for
no.
For Spurs, I'm saying.
Not for
Not
Spurs.
He probably got like 14 goals in the
Not
Prem.
for 22 mil though.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You got to remember that same summer, Henry went for like 16 mil to Barca, so
Relatively, it's a worse
that was
transfer.
a
yeah.
lot of money at the time.
We're going to have to come to a consensus on the 9th place. It's either Shevchenko, Andy Carroll, Maguire, Mustafi, or Darren Bent.
Can't be Maguire because he had him 10.
Yeah. I'm happy to go with Mustafi.
I think
Shevchenko's
Mustafi.
I'm thinking Shevchenko, you know.
I think that's too low.
I think
No. There's
I've
worse
got
people than
Shevchenko's
Shevchenko
higher.
on my list.
Shevchenko's a lot higher on my list.
I've got.
I have Shevchenko higher as well.
You man
I
have
think
him
Mustafi.
higher.
Yeah.
Mustafi it is then.
Shevchenko was 34 mil.
But you got to think at the time.
At
Yeah,
the time, it
2000
was
it was
one of the
2006.
best strikers in Europe.
And he just won the Champions League. Oh no, they lost in the final against Liverpool. But he was the best
literally
striker in
shot them
Europe
there,
at the
man.
time.
He shot them to the final. Yeah.
So what? Mustafi.
Mustafi.
Mustafi's
I'm
a
happy
good
to
shot.
agree with that.
Yeah, Mustafi's a good shot.
We'll go on to our 8th worst signing in history. I'm going to start with Tunje to my left.
So I've got Angel Di Maria,
Yeah.
67 mil. I
67.
thought he was going to actually be really.
We all love. Well, I
Sick,
think everybody
bro.
here realizes he's a
And
class
the
player.
first couple of games, yeah, when I watched, I was like, "Wow, you know, I've got that absolute
That
player."
Scoot
Like,
versus Leicester.
yeah, literally, I was like, "Wow," I was like, they're in business. And then I don't know, it just went downhill for him. I don't blame him a lot. I think he's one of those players that just needs to be loved.
Do you know what happened to him? His
around.
house got robbed and things turned from there, you know? Yeah, then his wife wanted to go back.
So he had an injury as well.
Did he?
He was playing sick and then he got injured for a while.
Yeah.
And then he came back and obviously all the.
I was gassed for him as well,
I
you
was
know?
gas, bro.
We're going to move on to Ryan's 8th choice. Who's your 8th worst signing, Ryan?
I had Di Maria as well. Yeah.
Di
I
Maria
wanted
as
to put him
well.
higher, but he actually had an alright season,
Yeah.
and we recouped a lot of the money we paid for him. So
How much were you selling for?
49,
I
59.
think, I think we got
To
him for
PSG?
60 and we sold him for like 50. So
After one season?
yeah, I mean,
It's not bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. All right. Di Maria for Ryan. Haroon, who have you got 8th?
Had Benteke.
How much was he?
35
34?
mil.
Yeah. To Liverpool,
looking,
yeah?
He was looking like a promising young striker. Liverpool.
They didn't learn from their Andy Carroll mistake. Why he got that one bicy against us though?
Benteke's.
Oh, yeah, that mad bicycle kick against us, innit? That was mad, though,
That
still.
was a Martial game.
All right, I'm going to go with my 8th position. It's actually Danny Drinkwater to Chelsea, 35 mil.
No, that one's higher for me.
Yeah,
You think?
I'll put him on my list as
Serious?
well.
I'm
Yeah.
going higher.
Okay.
That's a shout.
It's a
Yeah.
big shout though.
Yeah, 35 mil. Danny Drinkwater barely plays the game at Chelsea. No one even knows where he is. I think he might still be.
He's playing under 23s, bro.
Didn't he go
Is
on
he?
loan?
Was he? I
So
think,
he
he's,
went
I think,
Burnley.
I think he's left now.
He went
Yeah.
Burnley.
But I think his contract ran out
I
now.
don't know if he's.
I think he might be at Reading, you know.
I think he left Chelsea because I remember him putting up some
Yeah, he was
posts.
at Reading last season. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
He put up some long posts.
Yeah, I saw that as
saying
well,
that it didn't work out. and all
Yeah,
this shit.
yeah.
I don't know why
Man,
they bought him in the first place.
sad times for you, Danny Drinkwater, man. 40 is going to be the next Kante.
They
We're
were
gonna
trying to
move
get that
on.
partnership back.
We're gonna move on. To be fair, yeah, they barely played him though.
Yeah, they didn't give him a chance.
Like,
bro.
didn't give him no
No.
chance.
But that's why I'm asking, why did they buy him? They didn't need to sign.
Yeah.
They didn't need to sign him.
I heard it was because of the homegrown quota. They needed more homegrown players.
Okay,
Should-
that
yeah.
makes
Promoted
sense. Someone from the youth
Yeah.
team, man.
35 mil.
They
for a
they don't count them.
quota.
They don't count.
No, 'cause they're already
Only
part of
Chelsea,
the
bro.
homegrown. Yeah, mad innit? We'll move on to Dom's 8th worst signing in Premier League history.
My one is, I'm sure you guys remember him, Aquilani.
Oh, that's a
Liverpool.
shout. You know, I completely forgot about him. You know.
No, he was
Yeah.
just. I wouldn't say he was piss poor, but he was close to it, man.
Yeah.
Because when you started to see, I think they bought Xabi Alonso like slightly after that, and then you see the difference between those two players. You're like,
But he-
how was this guy?
When
even
he
in the
came
team?
in, you thought he might be a baller. You
Yeah,
know?
everybody thought
He was silky, innit?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
silky. He was silky with the ball, like held onto the ball for too long.
Yeah.
His long shots weren't there.
Mm.
He just wasn't a Liverpool player. You could tell.
Trust. That's a good shout. So overall, we've got Di Maria, Benteke, Danny Drinkwater, and Aquilani. Who are we going for 8th, do you reckon? Di Maria's come up twice.
Yeah, I think he's just.
So maybe Di Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy
8th
with
worst signing in Premier League history.
Yeah.
Or
the money.
from what we've seen, at
Yeah.
least.
We've seen.
Yeah. It's not a bad shout. So far, we've got Maguire, Mustafi, and Di Maria. Sounds horrible,
Yeah, it's a
man.
horrible list already.
Sounds
that.
horrible.
Arsenal better now, and that kept coming up now.
All right. Well, that's 2 United players already. Oh, my
More to
God.
come.
Wow.
Way more so, man. Way more.
All right, I'm going to start on my right-hand side with Dom, who is your 7th worst signing in Premier League history.
Sanchez to Man
To
U.
United, yeah? I
Sanchez.
don't think I can disagree with that.
Sanchez was.
Was it a free, though? Was it a free?
Swap
deal.
with Mickey.
Swap with
That's the
Mkhitaryan.
worst swap
He
deal
could
in
be in
history.
there as well.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
throw
yeah.
him in there.
You
I've
just throw him
Just
in
put them both together
biggest-
for number
yeah,
7,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I swear.
I've never seen such a lose-lose situation.
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
life.
yeah. For both clubs lost
Both
on
teams
that.
are fuming.
I don't know how both teams can lose from a
Are
swap
they?
deal. Honestly, I have no idea.
Both teams took the L.
It was tense. But no, Sanchez, especially when you saw the season that he just had at Arsenal, when he was like arguably one of the best players in the world just off that season.
You'd
at the
think
time
he
of
was
that
about
form,
to bang at
I
United.
thought he was.
Yeah.
I was getting vexed. I was getting upset, and then when he flopped, I was.
And we were second
Secretly
as well
happy.
that year, so
What do you think the reason is? Or actually, let me ask Arsenal fans first. What do you think the reason is for like him flopping at United?
Man didn't have a Özil there. Simple.
But he didn't have
He
one
didn't
at Barca.
This squad wasn't built around Sanchez
Yeah,
at
it wasn't
United.
built
But it wasn't built around him at Barca either. And he was sick on the right wing.
Yeah, but it's
different.
easy.
It's
when
different
you're
at
playing
No, it was
easy.
a bit. It
everyone
wasn't
was
enough.
sick at Barca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you're playing with Messi, Xavi, Iniesta,
Yeah, it's easier.
Busquets.
But Arsenal, you're the main man.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
And even then, he wasn't that sick because if he was good at Barca, but if he was sick, they would have kept him.
For me personally, at United it didn't work because we played like the worst attacking football under Mourinho possible, and we had no gameplay, no tactics. He struggled, and Arsenal there's like fluidity at least.
Yeah.
You always kind of have attacking play, and you score goals, and that's what we had at Arsenal. He didn't have that at United.
I just think he was burnt out, man. Like that guy
Possibly.
was one of those guys that peaked
Possibly,
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah.
And by
Maybe,
29,
that's a
his
good
legs
point.
were going
Yeah, he
because
could have burnt out.
He left us and he didn't get better.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
went
it's
in
true.
there and he still looked.
It's true.
Probably
No, he
is.
had one good. He had one
Yeah,
good
I
season.
think he has a couple
no,
patches.
a really, really good season.
There's a
That first
couple of
season
good
he went
patches
there,
now here and there. innit?
Yeah, like,
but he's left Inter now.
Is he?
Yeah,
he's gone to-
He's gone.
I
I forget where he went to.
Marseille.
Marseille,
Yeah, Marseille, yeah.
Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, he
Just
left
left for Marseille
He left.
today.
Wow, I didn't know that. You
Yeah,
know.
he left. He left.
I think it was
Wow.
mental though, because he said first training session he asked if he could rip up his contract. I think he came in.
That's
with,
bullshit, man.
He said it.
I've heard him say that. But that's
Apparently, he said
bullshit,
it. He
man.
asked his representatives, and they were just laughing at him. He said, "No, you can't."
Alexis Sanchez, I'm glad you're gone, yeah?
I didn't
So-
even want him when we got him, so
Yeah. I'm going to go on to my 8th worst signing, and it's Bakayoko from Monaco to Chelsea. Looked unbelievable in the Champions League for Monaco. Came to Chelsea, did nothing. Don't even know where he is now. He's still at AC Milan. He was £40 million as well.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a bad signing. Never worked out for him at Chelsea. I'm not even sure if he's working out for him in Milan.
I think he's doing alright there. No?
Is he? Maybe. I've heard.
know.
Just
Nah,
like- don't watch his
I'm
best.
not, yeah, I'm not. I mean, he's okay against the lower half of the table, but
Dom's our
There we
resident
go.
Serie A
No,
watcher,
he
yeah.
hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. He hasn't got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a bit better because the pace is a bit slower, but
Yeah.
he's still the same Chelsea
I
Bakayoko.
remember
Yeah.
being vexed when Chelsea signed him and we got Matic. I was like, why didn't we go for Bakayoko?
And you man won. You man won big
Yeah, we
time.
definitely won.
Trust.
Yeah, you definitely won on that one, man.
All right, so we're gonna move it on to Haroon's 7th worst signing in Premier League history. Who you got, Harooni?
I had Nicolas Pepe to Arsenal.
Okay, so he's already come up twice now. We'll move it on to Ryan's 7th choice.
yeah, I had Maguire.
Cool. Well,
Spoke about him
yeah,
already.
self-explanatory, Maguire, but he's already come 10th for us anyway.
Yeah.
Shit fridge.
Tunji with your 7th choice.
I've gone with Soldado.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
shout, you know. I
Just
forgot
got
about
PTSD
him.
from Soldado, bro.
Shit to Spurs.
Shit and his done made me watch about 30 compilations of that brother.
Spurs fans will call him Goldado.
Goldado.
I don't think he scored 5 goals.
I don't
like,
think.
in Spurs.
What
Man,
a bad signing.
horrible
Yeah.
signing, man. Honestly.
So overall, it's either Soldado, Pepe, Bakayoko, or Alexis Sanchez.
With
Ooh,
Pepe, I have him higher. So I think he's higher.
72 mil has to be higher, isn't
It's
it?
gotta be.
So Soldado, Bakayoko, Alexis Sanchez. I think Sanchez might be higher.
I have Sanchez higher.
I have Sanchez a bit higher.
Yeah. So we go for Bakayoko.
Should we go Bakayoko?
Bakayoko.
Or Soldado? Or Soldado?
I'll go Bakayoko.
I mean, Bakayoko was worse
Cost
than
more as well,
Soldado,
yeah.
and he cost more.
And he had an unreal Champions League one with
Do you
Monaco.
remember that Bakayoko game was against Watford? He must have played about 24
yeah.
minutes, gave
Yeah,
away
yeah,
a
gave
goal,
away
got a
a
red
goal.
card.
I remember that,
Yeah, I do.
Must be the worst performance I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
yeah.
We're going to go with Tunje's 6th worst signing. Who you got, Tunje?
I've got Mangala for Man City.
I thought it was gonna be cold.
40.5 mil
Oof.
he signed from Porto at the time.
40.5 mil. Wow. I swear they replaced him after like 2 seasons as well,
yeah.
max.
After the first season, he didn't get to play much.
I don't know if he was signed under Pep or was it under
Mancini?
Pellegrini?
Mancini.
Or
Was it
Pellegrini?
Pellegrini?
Yeah, one of
I
them.
can't remember, but
Yeah.
he was.
He was terrible, man. Mangala, yeah.
bad.
That's a shout. We're going to go on to Ryan's 6th worst signing.
Who did I have? I had Pepe.
Pepe, yeah?
Fair enough.
Hmm.
72 mil. We spoke about him, but yeah, he's got a feature in this list somewhere.
Yeah, always.
Do you know how much I heard about this guy when he was coming over, Pepe?
I told you, dude, it was a
Scoring
YouTube.
10
It was a
pens.
YouTube edits that got me, man. It was a YouTube edits that
There
finished
should have
me.
been red flags though. He was 24, still in the French league with one good season under his belt.
And a lot of penalty goals as well, actually.
But yeah, all right. We'll move it on to Haroon's 6th choice.
I had Di Maria 6th.
Di Maria, okay. That's self-explanatory. We're going to go on to my 6th choice. I had Di Maria as well, actually. But he's already come up, though.
Yeah.
We're going to go into Dom's 6th choice.
I had, if you guys remember him, Adrian Mutu for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, he had the drug ban.
yeah, drug ban.
yeah.
I think the fact that he got the drug ban and then we never
Went there
heard
for the
from him.
nightlife, I think.
Yeah, basically.
He was a baller, though, innit?
He was a
Yeah.
baller, but
Mutu,
we never
yeah.
got to see him play.
I think after that, he went
Bro.
Italy, maybe.
Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fiorentina, and
Yeah.
then he went ghost.
Mm.
So
So I think for 6th choice overall, it's either Mutu, Pepe, or Mangala.
I'm fancying Mangala there, you know.
Does Pepe make it higher?
For
I
me,
think
higher.
so. I think so.
I think
you know.
Pepe's
I
come up
think
so
he can
much
make
that
it
he has
higher,
to be
so
higher.
I'm
For
not
me,
mad
it's
at
higher.
that.
Pepe's higher.
Considering everyone's got him, I think he should be higher.
And 2 Arsenal fans are saying higher, so
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we'll stick
yeah,
with
yeah.
Mangala.
All right, we'll go for
Mangala's a
Mangala
good
6th. We're going to go on to our 5th worst signing in history. I'm going to go with Dom first. Who you got, Dom?
I had Drinkwater. Yeah. That's all.
Okay.
I had Drinkwater at this point.
Drink
Because
water.
he hasn't got any minutes. It's not his fault, but still a horrible signing financially.
All right,
Just didn't make any sense.
I'm gonna throw mine out there right now. Maybe makes it higher in you lot's list. It's Paul Pogba, El Pepito, whatever the fuck he calls himself.
Not in my list.
Not in my list.
Not in your list,
Not in my list.
He's
Not
higher
in
in my
mine.
list.
It's not
bro.
mine.
We signed we paid 89 million for him or something.
He's not.
And he went on a
Not in mine
free.
at all.
He's not one of the 10 worst.
He's on your
signings.
list?
He's not in my
10
list.
worst signings.
He's in my list.
He's one of the 10 worst business deals,
He's
but not
way-
Not in
signed.
my signing.
He's way higher on my list.
100%, bro. He has to be on the list.
He's not on the list.
Not in my
But
list.
why have you not got him in your list, Dom?
I still rated him as a player, innit? He was a bit off key whenever he didn't want to play or didn't feel like it.
I have,
But
my
still-
reason, I have my reason why I picked Pogba higher up. I'll say it later. I won't say it
Okay,
now.
cool.
But there's a real reason.
All right, so I've gone for Paul Pogba 6th, though. And I'm defo thinking he should be in there.
No
I'm a
chance.
United fan. Look, I'm saying Paul Pogba.
Look at the players on the list.
El
You wanted to
Pepito.
put him
Pogba
one,
on there.
stop lying.
No, but yeah, I did want to put him one, but I didn't think you lot would agree.
Nah, no
Would
way
he
is
not?
he number one.
But anyway, El Pepito, you're number 6 in my list, 89 million or whatever. We're gonna go into Haroon's 5th choice.
I had Andy Carroll.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a good shout, you know.
Before, innit?
Yeah. All right, Ryan's 5th choice.
I had Torres to Chelsea.
Made it a bit higher in my list. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Tunje.
I have Drinkwater as well, actually.
Okay, shout. So overall, it's either Drinkwater, Torres, Carroll, Pogba. Drinkwater's got 2 votes, so we'll give it to Drinkwater, 5th worst signing in Premier League history from what we've seen at least. You know what? Let me switch it up. I'm gonna start with Haroon. Who's your 4th worst signing in Premier League history?
I had Alexis Sanchez.
Okay, Alexis Sanchez. All right, I'm gonna move it on to my 4th choice. My 4th choice, worst signing ever, is Bebe.
Oh my days. I
We
was
paid-
actually about to
paid
say him as well.
Throwback.
7 million for him from some Division 3 club in Portugal, or something.
Yeah.
I think he won the Homeless World Cup when he was 18. We signed him, thought he was going to be the next Ronaldo, thought he was going to be the next Nani. Ended up being worse than Obertan, probably, to be
That
honest.
was money laundering at his finance.
Yeah, 100%.
You know that club was in financial trouble. Carlos Queiroz hit us up.
Definitely.
Gave him a little 7 mil. I didn't expect nothing from that guy.
Trust me. Anyway, I'm going to move on to Tunje now. Who is your 4th worst signing?
So I have Shevchenko.
Okay.
Good shout.
Self-explanatory. We're going to go on to Ryan's 4th choice.
I had Kepa.
Kepa, I like that, you know.
Yeah.
I think Kepa should definitely be up there somewhere now. Well, how much was he? 90 mil? 75, 72.
Yeah.
He's up within this territory, isn't it?
That's crazy money.
My one was better.
Oh my
shit.
God.
Did he just score that?
What?
Trippier has just scored to make it 3-1 to Newcastle.
Fam, what did I say about Newcastle? Top 8.
30-yard
Top
free kick. He's in my fantasy team as well.
8. Damn it.
Yeah, man.
I am gassed. So we're going to go on to Dom's 4th choice. Newcastle have just gone 3-1 up v City. Dom, who's your 4th choice worst signing ever?
Yeah, it's definitely Bebe for me as well. I
Yeah.
think it was the hype behind him. Definitely, 100%.
There was a lot of hype behind
Too much
Bebe.
hype.
A lot of that was from me. I'm not gonna lie. I was gassing him up. All right, we're gonna agree to our any United signing. I gas up. I'm not gonna. You lot have seen the Casemiro vid,
Casemiro
innit?
gas already.
You lot have
It's
seen
too
the
much.
Casemiro vid. I'm gassing up any United
Casemiro
signing.
makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
How you gassing up Bebe?
Come on, bro. I thought he was the next Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo origin story.
That's an origin story.
All right, we're gonna go on to our. Actually, who's our 4th choice overall? Then we've got Shevchenko, Kepe, Alexis, Bebe's come up twice. So we're gonna say Bebe.
Yeah, Pepe.
Wow, Bebe 4th
I don't
worst signing
think that guy can be the 4th worst signing in Premier League history.
because we didn't pay enough.
Nah,
He
but
just-
if
bro.
you had expectations of him, then you.
But who had expectations?
Yeah,
I
he needs a
don't
wobble,
think he can be the 4th either. Should we say Kepe? Kepa, sorry. Kepa or Shevchenko?
I think Kepa's come
Or was it Alexis?
Kepa's come up a couple times now.
So should we say Kepa?
I
Kepa.
can't have
yeah.
any of them. I'm not having Bebe.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Kepa.
fair enough.
Fourth.
Fair enough.
Should we
fair
say
enough.
Kepa, yeah?
Prem history.
Fair enough.
Kepa was 72. Why do I keep saying Kepe? Kepa was 72 mil.
Because of Bebe, innit?
Pepe, what the Pepe? All right, we're gonna say Kepa is 4th overall. We're gonna go on to our 3rd worst signings in Premier League history. This is where it gets a bit interesting. I'm gonna start with Dom first. Who is your 3rd worst signing?
Now Pepe can come off my mouth.
Okay,
Come off my
Pepe.
lips.
Yeah, finally
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
Dom's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
list. 3rd worst.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I actually had Sanchez 3rd. So I don't know what you guys think. We're gonna move on to Haroon for his 3rd worst signing.
Ooh.
I had Fernando
save.
Torres.
Fernando
Torres,
Torres, okay. City have nearly scored. Fernando Torres has made Haroon's 3rd worst signing. We're gonna move on to Ryan.
I had Alexis Sanchez.
Okay, Sanchez has made it twice now, so it might be Sanchez. Tunje,
It won't because I've gone for Pepe as well.
Pepe as well.
Haaland.
Haaland.
3-2.
Fantasy points.
Come on, everybody's
I still want them to lose, but fantasy points.
See, have just scored. It's 3-2 to Newcastle. We're going to take a quick break. We've got Pepe twice. We've got Sanchez twice. We've got Fernando Torres once.
Will be Pepe.
Pepe or Sanchez? Does
Pepe
Sanchez
number-
make it higher?
Sanchez could be higher.
Is Sanchez a worse signing than Pepe?
Yeah. I think Sanchez.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not
Sanchez
sure about
came in
that.
with world class expectations to come to United and transform the attack, bro.
But Pepe's price tag is ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's his
isn't it?
price tag, innit? But like, he had one good season under his belt, innit? And
Did he?
He got
Oh,
overhyped.
in France.
So yeah, like Alexis was prem proven, and he had so much expectation.
Barca proven as well.
Barca proven. Yeah, he was like he was arguably better than Hazard at one point in the prem.
Impossible. Don't
No,
say
he was
that.
better. He was better than him.
Never
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
than Hazard.
Oh, Haaland again,
Not
bro.
a day in
He's
his
gonna
life.
score again. Oh.
Haaland's just missed a 1-on-1.
I promise you, man. Sanchez was never better than Hazard.
Sanchez was definitely better.
Yeah, Hazard went the
Yeah,
season.
Hazard, no.
Hazard went
At
the
one point he
season
definitely
scoring
was.
one goal in the
Yeah,
Premier.
At one point he definitely
Sanchez
was.
was definitely
That
better than
one
him.
goal, one less to the league, bruv. That's how important that Hazard guy was.
Nah, man. That season, Sanchez was definitely better than him.
Yeah.
Bruv, you're lucky this ain't all leagues worst transfers because Hazard could definitely be up there.
Yeah.
Why, what do you mean I'm lucky? How am I lucky? Like I'm a Real Madrid fan.
Because you look like Hazard and you love Hazard.
Bro, Alexis could be there for his transfer to Inter as well, bro. You useless guy.
So what? Who are we saying then? Pepe or Sanchez?
Pepe, I reckon.
You think Pepe?
I think it's gonna be Pepe.
I think it's got to be Pepe, man.
All right, let's go for Pepe. We're gonna go for our second worst signings in Premier League history. Tunde, who's your second worst Premier League signing in history?
So I actually have Fernando Torres.
Fernando
from
Torres.
Liverpool to Chelsea.
Okay, we're gonna go for Ryan's vote next.
I had Shevchenko.
Shevchenko, understand it. Haroon, your second worst.
What a ball. What a
ball,
It was
bro.
offside, no?
That's
Man
a lovely
City have
ball.
just
I've got De
equalised
Bruyne.
3-3.
No way.
What a
Bernardo
pass.
Silva is
He's
3-3.
ridiculous, man.
We're gonna go on to Haroon's second choice. Worst signing ever.
I had Shevchenko as well.
Shevchenko as well. I had Fernando Torres for second. So Dom, your second worst signing could be the decider.
My one was actually Torres as well.
Torres as well.
Yeah.
Wow, Fernando Torres has made it to what? Is that 3 votes? That's 3 votes to 2. Fernando Torres has made our second worst ever signing in Premier League history.
I just want to say though,
Yeah?
I know it's Prem, but that Champions League goal, that's why
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I know.
dying a bit in it.
Yeah.
Because that mattered there, but
It's the only thing that you think of.
only
about
thing
his
that-
signing.
only thing
that
Listen,
season
why do you
was the
guys
same
think he
thing.
flopped at Chelsea?
I think,
Confidence.
again, just
Price
like,
tag?
Confidence.
Bro,
Price
just like
tag?
Sanchez, I think he was just dusted at that point.
I don't think he was dusty.
Oh
man.
my god.
Damn.
He had a lot of injuries.
Where did he move to after?
Atletico.
Atletico. And he was banging that lot. Atletico.
He was alright,
I
but
think he was alright.
Actually, he scored 15 goals or something like that the first season.
yeah,
bro.
but that was 15 goals. It's not much,
Bro,
man.
15
Not
goals
like
is
his
nothing
prime, though, he's
to.
got 30.
You
Yeah,
gotta think
true.
about who Torres was.
Yeah, true.
I used to shit myself when we played Liverpool, bro.
True.
He used to make. He used to
definitely.
make.
Don't mention that.
He used to make Vidic.
Don't
look
mention that,
sad,
bro.
brother.
It's not true. It's a myth.
It's not a myth,
It's a
man.
myth.
It's a one-off, innit?
It's 3 games. It's 3 games.
It was 3,
That's-
bro. It was 2
2
games. Where he
games.
actually
He used to
like,
spin
had
up,
a
bro.
bit where he done Vidic. That's it.
Just
Torres gave me stress. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
yeah, no.
was
When
the one
he was
guy
playing
that-
against us, you were scared, innit? You thought he'd turn up against us. All right, we're gonna go on to our worst Premier League signings in Premier League history. The worst Premier League signings. This is gonna be very harsh. I'm gonna start with Dr. Dom on the table first. Who is your worst ever Premier League signing in history?
You know what? This one is a hard one, you know. And it's the first time I'm gonna pass it on to someone else first. So just so I can see what the names are being said. Let me pass.
We're
that
having
one
a switcheroo, people.
Yeah, let me pass that one
We're
on
gonna
because I
go
want to see what.
straight to the far left, not my far right.
Alright, I'm happy.
Tunje's the man with the notes. Who's your first worst player transfer in Premier League history?
Paul Pogba.
Oh, you know what?
God damn.
Paul Pogba. And I'll tell you why.
I'm glad someone
To
mentioned it.
get to release a player and then to sign him for, what was it, 89 mil, 90 mil?
89 mil, I think. I think it was 89 mil.
To then, I reckon, be a disruptor in the dressing room.
Tunje, speaking facts.
He's speaking nonsense.
Ryan and Haroon
No.
are silent right now.
Not putting the effort in, not playing 100%
Thank
to his
you,
ability,
thank you.
and not fulfilling his potential that he came with. Yeah, 100%. I think it's a no-brainer.
Thank you for mentioning that, Tunji. I really appreciate it.
No way in hell is Pogba the worst signing in Premier League history.
Get at us in the comments. Let us know, is Paul Pogba the worst Premier League signing in history?
All that disruptor stuff is nonsense.
Nonsense. All the managers that have had him have said how great he was in the dressing room. Your favourite guy, Ole, loved him, defended him forever.
And he let Oli down.
He didn't let Ole down, bro.
Who let Ole
Ole
down?
let himself down because he was a shit manager, bro.
No.
You don't have the same energy with
Tunji, tell him.
Sir Alex got rid of him for a reason.
Yeah. So Alex got rid of him
because
he's
he's not a
agent.
Manchester United player.
Sir Alex didn't get rid of him. Sir Alex
wanted to
offered
keep
him a
him.
contract. His agent
He left him
Agent
for
fed him
him.
lies.
didn't take it, and that's what happened.
Fergie
has said...
Yeah, but Fergie could have said, okay, you're so good, I'm going to offer you that contract that you want. You're
Fergie
so
said,
good.
I'm not dealing with that agent. He's a parasite.
Nah.
But he said that losing Pogba was a big regret of his. He said it.
He said it, really?
Yeah, it's in his book.
Wait, what was that? What was that,
He
sorry?
said that losing Pogba was a big regret.
I remember.
He didn't want to
No, I don't think it was a regret.
He said it.
Pogba didn't want to take the contract.
Ferguson. No,
Maybe he meant regret
Ferguson
that.
saying it's a regret that he allowed him to get to that point. Fergie was saying he should have played him more, then he would have taken the contract.
Yeah, he would have taken the
Or
contract.
maybe it was a regret that he would have wanted him to play with him. Maybe in regret he meant that.
I'm going to have to double check that quote from Ryan.
Check it. But anyway, moving on, there's no way that guy can be the worst.
I
You
don't
talk
think
about
he can be the
statistics.
worst, man.
The guy's got like 50 Premier League assists.
He wouldn't be the worst because the guy that I think is
nowhere near
first
the worst.
isn't the worst. He can't be the worst.
Anyway,
but he'd be within top 10 in my opinion.
He's nowhere near top 10.
He'd be in top
He's
10
not even
for the price
anywhere
tag
near
and the
top
fact that he left on a free, went back to Juventus, never really cared about United really in my opinion. That's what I think from what I could see. I think he could be in the top 10 in it.
Cool,
But
but
it's only me and Tunde saying that, so obviously we're in the minority. We're going to move on to Ryan's first choice.
I have Lukaku to Chelsea. Like,
Self-explanatory, innit?
I thought he was
That's
awful.
harsh,
I thought he was
Came
awful.
back to the Prem.
Nah, let me tell you why.
Harsh,
Yeah.
man.
Because it's the whole collection of everything. He was at United. That was a terrible signing. Yeah, he was bad for us, but he wasn't terrible. He had his moments. He left. We recouped a lot of the money we got, like we paid for him. So,
He was 97 million.
then he's gone
100
to
mil.
Chelsea, and he's back on loan. They haven't even got them no money back for him.
Yeah.
Them man got 10 mil back for the loan.
So to me, it's just the fee. It's the fact that he's been in the Prem. He went to Inter, and everyone told me he improved. He came back and looked worse.
Yeah.
Like, nah, he's the worst signing in Prem history for me.
All the Chelsea fans were gassing him up like he's a new Lukaku, he's lost weight and that. His movement's better now.
No way.
What
Big
a
save.
mess. He's got to score.
These lot were just telling me it's because of United and we're a cesspit and no one can do well at United.
Yeah.
And he's gone to Chelsea and looked worse than he did.
So
for us.
listen, why is he so bad?
He's just not
Well,
good.
he's
footballer.
not mobile, his
I don't-
touch
I don't
is
think
bad.
it's that. I think
Why
the
did he bag
managers-
so much in Italy?
I think the managers who he came to, like when he came United and he came to Chelsea,
Chelsea.
they expected him to hold the ball up.
At Chelsea
Yeah, that's what
he
it is.
started off well. Like first
He's not a
couple
hold-up
games.
striker, man. He's big,
And
but
then
that's
just
not his game.
Slacked, and then he got injured, and then he had COVID, and then I don't know.
It's
Like
the
one
only
after
reason he
another,
started
like-
off was because he played Arsenal, and everyone that played Arsenal.
What if it was the Chelsea number 9 curse?
Huh?
What if it's a Chelsea
I'm
number
telling
9
you, it's a
curse?
number 9 curse. There's a curse on that number,
Oh,
man.
it is a curse. Yeah.
There's a
He wasn't
curse
great
on
at
that
United
number.
either, man. He was alright.
He was alright, he did better United than Chelsea.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I
By
think
far, he was
we
still scoring.
expected him
Yeah.
to hold up the ball and that's not his game. If you go back and watch him at Everton and West Brom, he was running in behind, like he was quick.
True,
bullying guys.
yeah. Alright, so Ryan's gone for Lukaku. Haroon, who is your first worst signing in Premier League history?
Ali Dia.
Alright. Did you see him? Is that the guy that Souness?
Bruv, do you know what?
Saw
I
on
never
YouTube
saw
or
the
something.
geezer, but I
Yeah.
remember hearing the story that
Yeah,
this
we
guy
hear it all
scammed-
the time,
This guy
man.
scammed him for a contract and he got sacked after 2 weeks. Like,
George Weah's cousin, apparently.
Yeah, George Weah's
yeah.
cousin apparently, yeah. Was that Souness signing, isn't it?
yeah, that's just embarrassing for Souness. And then he's got the nerve to come talk about Pogba, bro.
Hey, that's why he's been on Black Man since.
Since then, yeah, trust me. Since then, he was like, hey,
Trust me.
can't trust these guys.
He's not even sure if Pogba's a real footballer. That's why.
Facts.
fuck you.
Haroon's got Ali Dia. My first worst sign was actually Lukaku as well. Price tag, expectation, just everything that came along with it. All the Chelsea fans gas. I had Lukaku as well. Dom, we're gonna go with your first worst Premier League signing in history.
I had Jack Rodwell at first
Shout.
because of. I think he went Sunderland and then he was at City. He was at City before.
City,
He just
yeah.
didn't really seem like it. He's like a worse version of John Joe Shelby. If you
Yeah.
remember. And I don't know how Shelby made it into the Liverpool team either, but he's. Now I feel bad for putting him number 1 in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna stick with him still.
All right, that was Jack Rodwell. Moved from Sunderland to Man City.
Yeah.
Remember when he dunked on us though?
I think so, you know. He killed us in one game, innit?
Even like a couple years ago, I swear he went on loan to like Sunderland and he balled out against United. Like,
No, he knows when to play, innit? He knows when to play. He knows when to score. He had a rocket foot as well. Oh. Okay.
All right, so overall, for our worst signing in Premier League history, we've got Pogba, Lukaku's come up twice, Ali Dio and Jack Rodwell. I think we're going to have to go for
Yeah, I don't disagree with Lukaku.
Lukaku?
So
Yeah, that's good.
Newcastle have had the red card overturned. We've come up with our first worst transfer in history in the Premier League. It's Romelu Lukaku for 97 million to Chelsea. Thanks for watching this part. Stay tuned for the next part. It's going to be the best transfers in Premier League history. I want to say big thanks to my guests out here. From left to right, Tunjay, Rai, Haroon, Adnan. I'm your BTL podcast host, Dom. Thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share the video right now. Might be in 4K, might be in 1080p. You lot have a look. See you on the next one. Peace out.
Between the lines.